Welcome everybody. Is this my usual intro? Do I say welcome or good evening? I'm fucking.
Good evening. Mine
You
is
always
welcome.
open with good evening, even though it's
Yeah.
always morning when I do it.
Yeah, and we upload it in the morning too. I should probably say good morning, but good morning makes me sound like an asshole-ish radio host. You know?
Good night. See you next time. This is the Shut Your Mouth Lounge.
And we'll finish it on welcome to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, anyways, yeah, it's a podcast. I'm here, I'm Alex. We got Addy with us.
Hey.
We got Pink with us.
Hey.
And there's a fair bit of stuff to talk about, because there's a fair bit of comic stuff for me and Pink to talk about because Marvel's updated their lineup. Most of it's, of course, inane, but there's stuff that I just want to bring up because it's cool. There's stuff that I want to bring up because it's dumb. And for video gaming, Gamescom happened this past week. So there's a fair bit of news about just about every notable game. Or at least that I care about. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start up with Day 2K19, the Daniel Bryan Showcase mode, they continue to ignore any actual gameplay features.
The game does exist in some form.
Yeah,
It is still just 2K17.
No, it's still just 2K15 with two more mechanics.
okay, it's bad, but it's not 2K15 bad, Addy.
I haven't played 2K15.
Lucky you. That game was god awful. Probably the worst wrestling game I've played in a long time. So, what it looks like here is like the only discernible new gameplay addition to me is the fact that they tell me this isn't something they introduced in 2K18. An OMG version of the yes block where he does it with the kendo stick.
Nope, they did not have that in 2K18.
Okay, on one hand, I'm always glad to see new moves. On the other hand, this is an absurdly specific one that I think Daniel Bryan only used once.
I don't.
Yeah.
Was that an actual move? I thought that was just a cutscene that you needed to do.
Nope, it's an actual submission. The objective says put the OMG yes lock on Randy, and when he actually does it, it enters the submission minigame.
Yep.
Man. Well, I'm waiting for the Van Terminator to be a move everybody does.
If Rob Van Dam was in the game, that probably would be it. I mean, the thing is, having specific weapon finishers and weapon OMG moves is better than relying on the physics system. Because because it's Ukes, and Ukes can only get the physics system to work for a single year before it gets fucked the next year. Every time they fix the physics system, it stays for a year, then the next year it's fucking fucked.
Think about it. Wasn't the Van Terminator like a basic grab with a chair at one point?
Probably in SmackDown 2007, yeah. I want to say it was there, yeah. It was like one of the only 3 weapon grapples there were in the game. The other ones were just generic chair DDT and chair kick or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they even did. The Concerto I know had a unique way you could do it in like Day 12, but did it have it even back then?
No, I don't think they did.
I wouldn't know.
The one-man Concerto, of course. I don't think you've ever been able to properly do the 2-man Concerto, because if there's 2 things Dukes fucking hates, it's making proper weapon moves and making actual tag team moves that don't suck. And implementing them in a way that doesn't suck.
If there's 2 things that Hughes hates, it's universe mode. Actually, I'm not sure about that.
I'd be more willing to mark up the universe mode, how universe mode gets shafted, more to 2K's marketing. Because it's easier to market something like Showcase mode, which has downright beautiful. I hate Showcase mode. Showcases mode's cutscenes look incredible.
Yeah.
The animation looks amazing. It's some of the best animation in gaming. And so it's a lot easier to market, like, something that looks pretty than something that's well designed. Which Universe isn't well designed, but at least it has replayability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why even when they don't have a showcase, they push all their marketing onto the terrible career mode that they have.
Yeah. Because,
Which, career mode is basically unplayable, but boy, those cutscenes sure looked pretty in the trailers.
I'm waiting for the day when they run out of people to do showcases on. Like even after the like Donald Trump showcase, I'm not sure who other celebrity that would be.
Donald Trump showcase.
2K28.
Donald Trump
And it'll
showcase, and
be-
it's just the 2 matches he had, and also you get him versus Hillary in a match
Yeah.
on the roof of the White House like a Yakuza boss fight.
Yeah. No, it has to be in the Tokyo Dome because otherwise Dave Meltzer won't give it any stars. But yeah, anyway, friggin' after they run out of people to do it, I'm waiting for them when they just import all season modes and just call it the new showcase modes.
Okay, here's the thing. They seem dead set on never having anything to do with the season modes of yesteryear when they were actually good. So no. 2K, Addy, you make jokes about 2K doing good things. You can't. That's too unreasonable. It's too unreasonable. You just can't accept it.
Right. Zombie Santino pre-order bonus for 2K freaking 2020.
Oh man, wasn't there another zombie? Wasn't there Zombie Finley?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was Zombie Finley.
Right, it was like a Mass Effect choice where you had to choose which one ended up becoming a zombie. It was like a Telltale Walking Dead choice. Who do you save, Santino or Finley? Social link up. Right, so yeah, I'm probably going to be skipping out on this year again. I skipped out on 2K18, so you guys played 2K18, right?
No.
I'm a slave to the 2K series. It's the one thing I will continuously buy every year, unless they do something terrible and like release another 2008, in which case I probably will stop.
I could deal with 2008 having a shitty universe mode. I couldn't deal with 2009 just taking it out altogether.
Oh yeah.
Man, was 2009 the last game that allowed intergender matches?
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Yes,
I
it
think
was.
I think 2009 was the one where they freaking reworked tag team matches and
Yeah.
haven't since touched them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, tag team animations still look like shit. And I was about to bring up, man, the universe cutscenes still look like shit. What is up with the animation and universe cutscenes?
Those haven't been updated since SVR 11.
There's one where it's the guy fucking sitting at the ring, sitting in the front row of the crowd, and that one has like the most god awful animation in the entire game. The guy's stiff as a fucking bone, stiff as a fucking plank. But yeah, I was just about to say, like, 2009 being the last one. I remember in 2008 was the first game that had Kelly Kelly. I remember if I hated somebody on the roster, I'd job them out to Kelly Kelly.
The ultimate punishment.
But did you or did you not pre-order for a sexy devil costume?
Oh my god, was that... Wait, was that 2011?
Were pre-orders a thing back then?
Yeah.
I don't think they were, but freaking 2008 was on 360, so it might have been. I don't know. It might have been just a paid for DLC.
I think 2011 was the one that had pre-order for Bret Hart, and there was also where you could get Halloween costumes for Kelly Kelly and Rey Mysterio.
Brie Hart.
Yeah, Brie Hart. Fuck you. So, one other thing that came out at Gamescom, so they showed a bit more of Soul Calibur 6. For one, Tira is a pre-order bonus. So it's weird seeing people react with scorn, and I'm like, isn't it like, I'm not happy about this, but at the same time, seeing people react with scorn like it's a new practice when it's something that's been happening in the games industry for 10 years.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I would have left if they would have come out with Harada, because he needs to be the Bandai Namco bringer of bad news. And they just announced that like half of the roster is pre-order bonus. Like, you know, here's all these people that we showed off. Yeah, you can get them by paying us up front or playing with like freaking, I don't know, Siegfried for like half a month.
So
You know, just like that.
Killer Instinct free version?
Yeah, more or less, I suppose.
So yeah, Tira, like I played Tira a fair bit back in Soul Calibur 3. And I'm a little bit sad that I'd have to pre-order to get her, considering I'm iffy at like Soul Calibur 6. I've heard damn good things about, but it's coming out sometime in the next 5 or so months, right? Before the end of the year,
It's
right?
coming out in October.
I don't know if I'll be able to put together the money to get it, because it's also coming out at the same time as Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm also looking into getting an Elgato for the channel, so I don't think it's a bad time for the game to come out.
I don't even have enough money to buy freaking PS Plus next month. So
I think it goes without saying, trying to compete with Rockstar in the games industry is a bad idea.
Always.
I mean, it's not even an East versus West thing where it's like, well, Soul Calibur will still sell well in Japan. Rockstar is like one of the only Western developers that still does well in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, Soul Calibur doesn't even do that well in Japan, does it? Isn't it a game that actually does better in the West than it does in the East?
I believe that is correct.
Like, Soul Calibur's like mega popular in Europe, last I heard, which Addy can talk about that.
I don't know. I don't socialize.
Oh, okay. Anyways, what I can say about Tira is, like, it looks like Tira. Soul Calibur isn't real big on changing the characters too much from game to game. I will say there is something I don't like about the way Soul Calibur 6 looks, and there's too many fucking particle effects. Way too many.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're fucking exploding into fireballs and lasers with every hit, and it's like, these guys... This is like supposed to be Soul Calibur 2, Soul Calibur 3 era, where people were just smacking each other with swords. And you're adding this weird turbo magic shit. Like, this is part of what hurt Soul Calibur 4 so badly for me, was how it overused this shit. And it looked like garbage.
It still does.
Yeah. So, there's that. Also, Tira's voice actress is not great. Like, I mean... Tira's like always been basically Soul Calibur's Harley Quinn, you know?
Yeah.
And this voice actress just kind of sounds bored. And she's got way too deep of a voice, honestly. Like, God forbid I ever suggest we not go with a voice actress that doesn't have high-pitched screeching, but, I mean, when you have a Harley Quinn character, you kind of expect them to be high-pitched and screeching.
Yeah.
And they also revealed the story mode itself, Libra of Soul. And who else for like a moment when they saw that race select screen got confused, thought it was the character select screen from Soul Calibur 2's story mode, and got excited?
That was a race select screen?
I had no idea. I'm gonna be honest. I'm with Addy on this one. I indeed thought that was a character select screen.
Hell no, it's a race select screen for the character creator.
Shit, can I be Dragonkin?
Dude, like I've got it paused right here. I've got it looking at it right here.
We can be our own lizard man.
So no, the fourth race option is Lizard Man.
Perfect.
What?
Like, I'm looking at the options here. It looks like the first option is human. The second option is anime bunny girl waifu. The third option is anime angel girl waifu. The fourth option is lizard man. The fifth option is mummy, why would mummy be a race selection and not just a clothing selection? I don't know. The sixth looks like Japanese ghost girl waifu. The seventh
is Anami.
Yeah. The seventh is fucking Dural from Virtua Fighter. The eighth is some kind of Roman statue. I can't fucking tell. The ninth is some kind of anime elf girl waifu. The 10th is like some kind of like an orc zombie mix. I can't tell. The 13th is that fucking guy from Bleach or something.
Ichigo?
Yeah. Some guy, pretty boy with long hair and a face tattoo and horns. Big horns.
That's not Bleach. Well, that might be Bleach, one of the freaking antagonists. I don't remember.
Bleach or Onimusha, I can't tell. Then we got...
Probably Onimusha. Yeah.
Then we got, like, I don't want to say... Like, I almost want to say Jinpachi without the mustache and with hair, but that's not accurate. Then we got a skeleton. Just a skeleton. A naked skeleton.
Well, you need to represent Mr. Skeletal.
Yeah. I will say, honestly, I am excited for that, if only because I can bring back Revenant from Soul Calibur 3, and I actually played Revenant a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Vampire, I guess? It's just a really pale, normal-looking dude with red eyes. a demon-looking chick, which is just a really pale chick with red eyes and a red tattoo on her chest, and then I don't know how to properly describe that. I guess a more detailed Slender Man. I don't know.
Oh,
I fucked up.
and yeah.
I fucked up the details on half those guys. Let me bring up the link here to the specific second.
But yeah, and there's a special race that you need to play through the game 5 times to unlock. That actually just unlocks Jackie Bryant as a playable character. Imagine that.
I don't want to.
Right, so if you pause at that moment, you can see the character select screen. It's like, or the race select screen, excuse me. So,
Right, so which was the guy who was freaking Jinpachi?
bottom, left, middle. The fourth guy from the left on the bottom.
Oh. He looks like a ghoul from like freaking Dark Souls or something. I don't know.
I guess that works. Why is the skeleton...
Why is there an orc? Just a flat out orc.
It's like the ugliest orc I've ever seen. It looks like an orc that just got its face smashed in with a hammer.
Yeah.
Right, so why does the skeleton get to be naked and nobody else does? Oh, the lizard man gets to be naked, I guess.
Yeah.
The orc gets
Also,
to be naked.
I
guess those guys just don't have anything to cover up.
Yeah. I welcome the return of the Colossus, even if he was gender flipped. I mean, that was an enemy in Soul Calibur 3.
Oh no, I remember. You just make a character that's a fucking giant. You can only use kicks, and like low kicks, because everything else is gonna go over their head.
Yeah, and if like the only way you can get ring, you can fall out of the ring if you step back too much.
Ha! Alright. So, yeah, there's that stupid race selection menu, which looks like it's half full of fucking anime waifus, unfortunately. Boy, Soul Calibur's been going hard on that shit. I wonder if they're trying to counteract their low sales in Japan.
Yeah.
But watching through the thing, did anyone else panic for a moment when they saw that default create a character and go like, oh no, it's Patroclus! Not again!
I did panic because the little default character was in the thumbnail. I was like, oh no, what is this thing? What is this thing?
Once you see that character creation and you're like, oh, thank God it's not Patroclus, and then you see the fucking anime edgelord hero with eye scars who has an eye patch that he takes off when he enters super mode, and he's the guy that screams about darkness during all of his moves, and you're like, fuck me!
He's actually just he's a soulless from freaking Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
At the very least, they tell you that this story is not canon from the get-go.
Do they?
It said it's a story that won't be written in the history books, so yeah.
Right, but does that mean that it's not canon, or is that just a way
That's
of saying...
how I'm taking it, because I have that option.
I don't
specify it's not canon. You
It
heard
means
it
that
here first, folks.
It means that they ran out of paper and couldn't afford more.
Probably, but still.
I think it's just them trying to be cool edgelords, like, this won't be written about in the history books.
It can't be canon because it's not referenced at any point in Soul Calibur 2 or thereafter.
Well,
this takes place in between 1 and 2.
Yeah, it takes place in between 1 and 2, but Siegfried and Nightmare are separate individuals, so what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, it makes no sense, but yeah, Soul Calibur 6.
A rift in the space-time continuum.
Soul Calibur 6, directed by Michael Bay.
I do want it to be a new timeline so that we can wipe 4 and 5 out of existence, but at the same time, if I wanted a new timeline, it would be a timeline where Siegfried and Nightmare never split, because for me, those were the same character. When they were the same, it was the best period for both.
Mm-hmm.
I also, I saw a matchup uploaded. It was on, I think, Maximilian Dude's channel, where he showcased basically a battle between Siegfried and Nightmare, and they had basically a freaking intro that references the lore. But the thing is that Nightmare says, bless you. Yeah, Nightmare says, bless you.
He's a polite killer.
Yeah. So Nightmare says to Siegfried that I have found you my father's killer or something like that, and then Siegfried says you need to accept that you and I are the same or something like that. And it's like, wouldn't that be flipped? Wouldn't the evil one say that the other one needs to accept that they are the same? Or is Siegfried like the sage now, or what?
What I am interested in now, it could be like a crazy thing where now Nightmare is like Siegfried's guilty spirit trying to take vengeance on Siegfried for what Siegfried has done. Nightmare could be Pyramid Head now. He could be Pyramid Head. Like, is that what we're going for now? Because that's actually super interesting.
I don't know. It just seemed weird to me because I'd assume that the once protagonist of the game would be the good guy and would pursue the guy who forced him to kill his father or something like that. I don't know.
I'm always going to take the Siegfried as evil interpretation, partially just because I like Killick better as a good guy.
I don't like either, so I have no horse in that race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killick got his girlfriend pregnant and ran like a real hero.
Yeah, all those children that we discussed.
Yeah.
Way back when, but yeah, in my canon, Raphael's the good guy. I don't actually know what he's even done.
You mean the closest thing to a flawed villain in the game is your good guy?
I guess.
I mean, I do agree that one of the strengths of Soul Calibur was that for a Japanese fighting game story, where those games tend to focus on just total complete good guys, like Terry, Bogart, or Kyo, or Ryu. Like, the good thing about Soul Calibur is that many of the heroes and villains both have more interesting moralities, but I'd say Raphael is an interesting villain, but not a very interesting hero. I mean, just to me, because Raphael, what makes him interesting as a villain is that what he does for Amy,
Yeah. Which Amy? How much of a freaking mistake was it to introduce her as a playable character and just make her a freaking Echo Fighter?
The thing is, I think 4 and 5 made her play differently, didn't they?
I don't think 5 had her because I don't remember playing as her.
I don't either, but 4 definitely made her play differently. She played differently in both games, doesn't she? Because in 3 she uses the custom character moveset, which is different.
Amy's in 3?
Yeah, she was one of the unlockable playable characters. One of the unlockable. You know how they had the unlockable characters that used custom character movesets?
Yeah, I know.
She was the one that had the rapier moveset. And I think you got her. You got her for beating Raphael's story 5 times or something crazy like that.
You'd assume that I would have gotten that then. I don't remember.
He may have been 1,000 matches with Raphael. Soul Calibur 3 was fucking weird.
Yeah, I think it was something a bit more complicated than all that, because I know that unlocking characters in that game can be a real pain.
Yeah,
you got to play it. Go ahead.
I played that game for so fucking long, but the fact that it took 2,000 matches or 10,000 matches to unlock Revenant was not happening. Or not Wait, was it Revenant? Was Revenant the one with the skull with the dual swords, or was Revenant Zoslamel's evil form?
Skull dude.
Okay, you unlock him almost immediately, so that's the opposite of what I was saying.
Yeah.
The evil version of Zoslamel, what was his name?
I don't remember, but I remember that I unlocked him once, and then I didn't have a freaking memory card, so then there went that.
Yeah.
How would you unlock him without a memory card?
I don't remember.
I have questions. What? I don't know. Oh man, now that I'm reminded of Zoslamel, I'm so fucking glad that Zoslamel is back for 6.
I'm glad as well. But for the freaking unlocking with 3,
it's Abyss. Abyss was Zoslamel's evil form.
Oh right, yeah. But so to unlock freaking Amy, you had to put in your copy of Soul Calibur 3, select Raphael, take out the disc, and then insert Tekken 5, and then play through the Devil Within through Devil Within with Raphael. That's how they got you.
Yeah. Sounds accurate.
Okay, I missed what the joke was there, but all right.
Do you not remember the Devil Within from Tekken 5?
No, I remember Tekken 6's story mode, but I never played Tekken 5's.
The Devil Within, I don't think is actually the story mode. I think that's still the arcade mode. The Devil Within was like this 3D beat 'em up where you played as Jin.
Right, but I considered that the main story mode. In the same way that Tekken 6 you went through to get the main story to beat that big devil thing that ultimately contributed nothing to the plot.
Azazel?
Azazel, right. And how Jin was like, killing this thing will finally destroy the devil gene, and then it did jack shit. And it turns out Jin started World War III for nothing.
Killing this thing will finally bring peace. Kills himself. I mean, would have worked better.
Well,
probably.
The thing is, he needs to kill Kazuya first, because Kazuya's an even bigger problem. Please let Tekken 8 be him killing Kazuya, and then he just throws himself off the top of the tower at the end.
No, he what's it called? The freaking move where your guy grabs the other guy, by like the shoulders or whatever. Like they reach around them and then just jump in the air and then shove their head into the ground, like turn in the air and shove them into the ground.
Okay, you're talking about like some character's Harakiri from Mortal Kombat Deception here.
No, I'm speaking of, like it was in 2D games. It's like a.
Well, you're talking about the Azuna drop.
Yeah, I hope the Jin does that off like a volcano.
And they both slam their necks into the ground. They both
they both fall into the lava.
Oh.
Like that's the way that.
What you're describing here is the ending of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
I don't know. I don't think I actually watched that.
No, you probably didn't, but that is, I think that, it's been wild. It's been 10 years, so I'm safe to spoil it, but I think that's the move that Harry tries to do to kill both himself and Voldemort. Is he grabs them and takes them both, the Azuna drops both of them off the side of the fucking Hogwarts Tower or something. It's been a long fucking time since I've watched Harry Potter. Anyways, yeah, back to Soul Calibur 6's story mode. Boy, we got off track there. Yeah. So it looks like Geralt's gonna be canon. So Namco Bando, Namco Bandai Namco, whichever one it is firmly sticking to this long-running thing of crossover characters are now canon. So Witcher exists in the Soul Calibur universe, which means in the Soul Calibur universe, Witcher exists in the real world.
It also means that. Or wait, I don't remember, was Heihachi being in Soul Calibur described or, explained as a different universe, or was it explained as just the time jump?
Time travel. It was time travel. He found a shard of the Soul Edge, he touched it, and it's brought him back to that time, I think.
Okay, then that also means that in Tekken it also exists.
Yeah.
And by freaking would that actively mean that all other freaking inclusions are also canon?
Well, the thing is, you can tie all kinds of shit with these crossovers. Like Breaking Bad exists in the Devil May Cry universe.
When did those cross over?
All right, hang on. So it's a whole thing. So, hang on. No, The Office exists in the Devil May Cry universe. That's more of a stretch. Because in the Office, Jesse Pinkman shows up and he's Creed's drug dealer. He gives Creed some Blue Sky meth. And it's Jesse Pinkman showing up in the Office. And then in Breaking Bad, there's the Blue Sky meth. And in Walking Dead, Daryl's brother Merle has a bag of the Blue Sky meth that he is said to have gotten from Jesse. Now, Walking Dead crosses over with Tekken because Negan shows up in Tekken 7. Now, where else did it go? There was some way it connected to, I want to say, Marvel vs. Capcom. Right, Akuma shows up in Tekken 7. Now, Akuma shows up in Street Fighter, but he also shows up in Marvel vs. Capcom. And you know who else shows up in Marvel vs. Capcom? Dante.
Trish.
Yeah. And I can go further than that, because you know who else is in Marvel vs. Capcom? Mega Man. You know what Mega Man shows up in? Smash Brothers. So everything that crosses over with Smash Brothers, so, Mario, Zelda, Metal Gear Solid, Bayonetta, Final Fantasy, Xenoblade, like, Pac-Man.
Xena the Warrior Princess.
The Office is canon in the Pac-Man universe.
That's the greatest news I've heard all day.
Right, so you can root this shit to mean like I think somebody started building it after it turned out what show was it? It was that one show about the hospital where the finale was that it turned out it was all inside the mind of a special needs child, right?
Grey's Anatomy.
No, Grey's Anatomy is still going. I think it's some show that was like big in like the 80s or 90s, and I want to say it's how Denzel Washington got his start. Maybe George Clooney.
Then I wouldn't know. The only like medical shows that I know are Doctor House, Grey's Anatomy, and Scrubs.
Okay, right. But this show basically was a show about hospital, doctor drama, whatever. And it ended on the reveal that it was all taking place inside the mind of a special needs child. Well, the issue is that show crossed over with several other ones. So that meant that now those shows are all inside the mind of a special needs child. And it keeps going because those shows crossed over with other shows. And people started figuring out like a web of shows that all connect to this one universe. And those started connecting into movies, books, video games, saying that they're all in the same universe. And they're all inside the mind of a special needs child. And I'm pretty sure at least one of them connected to Walking Dead, which means that all that shit we just brought up, Devil May Cry is inside this special needs child's head. Devil May Cry is canon in the Walking Dead universe.
Wait, are you sure that it was a medical thing and not a hotel one?
No, not a hotel, no.
Because I think I heard a similar thing with a hotel one, but I don't remember its name.
Right, so that Soul Calibur talk inevitably devolved into something stupid.
Yeah.
What I can't
as is Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
they're releasing a freaking Black Clover game.
What is that?
From what I heard, it's Naruto filler episodes basically without the point where Naruto shows up. So, yeah.
Wonderful.
It's somewhat better, but still boring. I guess.
Alright.
I don't know. I've never watched it.
So, Soul Calibur 6's story mode looks a lot like Soul Calibur 2's, by the way, the Weapon Master mode.
Yeah.
I hope that means they're going back to Soul Calibur 2 style. But, honestly, I don't have exact perfect memory of it. I kind of want them to just bring back the arcade mode from Soul Calibur 3, where it was an arcade mode, but you still had, like, the story in between the matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Soul Calibur 2 and 3's method of doing things.
And the QTE cutscenes where your character would get fucking slammed off the side of a platform by that giant cog that Zoslamel lets on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could never figure out what the buttons meant.
Oh, yeah. And it always worked. It did it for the ending, too. And so you'd have stupid shit where Killick gets to the ending, and then he fucking fumbles Soul Edge at the last moment, and everyone dies.
Truly the best ending. Best timeline ever.
Wasn't there one ending, like Maxie's ending, that ends in him, Killick, and Shenghua all committing suicide?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I'll have to go research that.
It was like something where Maxie was going to destroy Soul Edge by sacrificing himself, and Killick and Zhanghua are both like, take me with you, and so they all die, taking Soul Edge with them. That would have been...
And they easily drop it into a volcano.
Yeah. They all carry it together. Right. So, also at Gamescom was a little trailer for Devil May Cry 5, which is Alex Hour for talking about Devil May Cry. Yay! So, it looks damn good. Like, obviously the graphics look impressive, because this RE engine that they've been using since Resident Evil 7, Capcom has, looks incredible. It looks fucking amazing. And they're using it again for Resident Evil 2, and Resident Evil 2 also looks amazing. I will say the gameplay looks like a lot of fun, and they introduced a new system where Devil May Cry has always had, been known for its music playing in the background, and sometimes it's been rather repetitive. Well, Devil May Cry 5 has introduced a totally new system that was not in the reboot, don't ask, that basically makes it so that the higher your combo rank gets, the more the music comes in. If you aren't getting combos at all, the music won't come in at all. Once you get up to S rank, the lyrics kick in, and supposedly once you get up to like triple S rank, it's just massive guitar solos and bass and shit. I haven't seen anyone get to triple S rank yet, but it's causing a problem though, because journalists suck at Devil May Cry, so they're coming in and writing, "Oh man, Devil May Cry 5 sucks. I never heard a single bit of that soundtrack." It's like, well, how do you tell IGN they suck at their jobs? With gusto is what you do.
You get triple S ranking and the game just quits out and opens a YouTube link that goes to a bass boosted song.
I thought you were about to say, you get to triple S rank and it shows you the IGN giving God Hand 3 points while they give Imagine Baby 7 points. Fuck IGN. So yeah, the game looks incredible. I don't want to get too into detail because we got shit where all three of us can actually talk about. I do want to mention the robot hand shit that Nero has looks pretty cool, with him being able to swap different hands and they have different abilities, and he breaks them if he uses them too much, you know.
Yeah, did you see the Psycho Crusher? Or do they not do it in the gameplay video?
I did not see a Psycho Crusher. No, I don't think I did.
Shit.
What I saw was he had one hand that could make a huge fucking Kamehameha that he could aim and combo half the screen by just juggling them in the air with the beam, which looked fucking awesome.
Ah, I see. So they imported freaking they imported MVC3 Dante's, or not Dante's, freaking reuse moveset from Nero.
Yeah. Other than that. Oh, and he can use one hand to basically fly, which is cool. The other thing I wanted to talk about for Devil May Cry, just so we can move on to something else, is more of a thing for me and Pink, but there has been, way back when Devil May Cry 5, Devil May Cry 5 had a lot of really bad leaks. Like, we knew it was coming a couple months ahead of time. And supposedly, some leakers have also claimed that Dante is going to be in Smash Brothers. Which would be a massive fucking, big thing from left field, because you remember how weird it was when Cloud got implemented? Because Cloud had never been on a Nintendo console before.
Yeah.
Like, not only has Dante never been on a Nintendo console before, outside of that weird crossover game with Namco, Devil May Cry as a whole has never been on a Nintendo console before. Like, supposedly, there are some people saying, supposedly the leakers said Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition will be released on Nintendo consoles, and that's going to be how they'll justify it. But, nonetheless, if this actually happened, it would be like, okay, fucking new main in Smash Brothers. Get out of the way, Luigi.
Imagine if they just make him a Bayonetta Echo Fighter.
I'd be fine with that.
But yeah, by the way, put up a timestamp.
Oh boy,
that is already triple S tier in those games, so I think Dante would be fine with that as well.
Oh yeah. So go ahead and post the picture, Addy. I'll go ahead and put the timestamp when you put it there.
Right. It's thinking. I spent the whole 2 minutes doing that.
Yeah, we gotta wait on Addy's computer to think.
No, it's already sent it.
Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, now I got it. Oh, you ass. Okay. Well, that was inevitable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you go back and look at the little thing I posted to show for the news thing of the rumor of Dante being in Smash Brothers, it has the exact same little sticker in the upper left corner.
Shit.
They beat you to the punch. But yeah, that.
Yep, there it is.
I will say, if they bring Dante in, the amount of non-Nintendo characters in Smash Brothers would be absurd. Because you remember when Sakurai was like, hey, we want to be sparing with these non-Nintendo characters, because this is still a Nintendo thing. It's
right.
Fuck that. Now it's... at this point, if Dante gets in this, at this point, just bring in Lara Croft, Nathan Drake, Master Chief, and the fucking gang's all here, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to play as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Smash Ultimate 2.
Nah.
Smash Ultimate 2, incidentally, is just a DVD that's like an hour long film of Sakura crying.
Never ask me for anything again. All right, so let's go ahead and let's skip ahead a little bit to Darksiders 3 as a topic, because I think the topic that's next down the list from Devil May Cry 5 is one that we're going to be linking into what we've been doing the past week. So, Darksiders 3, they released another Gamescom trailer for it, and this time I actually watched it. And, I mean, it looks like Darksiders. It's revealing more plot details than it is gameplay details, which isn't shocking for Darksiders, because they don't really have the most complicated of beat 'em up mechanics, you know?
Yeah.
So, what it looks like they're going to have Death and War actually show up in person, and we're actually going to get to see the three riders meet in person, which is pretty neat. Unfortunately,
Just go ahead.
I will say, like, they need to do like Devil May Cry and actually bring back Death and War as playable characters, maybe, and like extra.
Go ahead.
In extra campaigns. On one hand, that sounds cool because I think, you know, a lot of the fun of these beat 'em up games is having multiple playable characters that have different mechanics. On the other hand, I know that if they did that, Addy would literally never play as War or Fury. He'd only play as Death.
Yeah, but I was about to say, just imagine if they like do a big reveal and it's just that they freaking loaned out the GTA 5 character switching mechanic.
Oh my god, that
Rockstar.
they need to. I said this around Red Dead Redemption 2's hype time. That needs to be a mechanic that more games implement. Honestly. Like, I fucking love that. I love being able to switch between characters. That way I can be an asshole with one character and be a nice guy with one, you know?
Right.
And also just the fun of having different mechanics, obviously, like I said.
Yeah, and with this game, if you did that, then it would actually be canon because you can just be an asshole with War and a nice guy with Death.
Yeah.
Well, a nice guy.
And Fury, we don't know for sure, but it looks like Fury's probably just going to be Fury. So, you know, less dialogue, more screaming.
With Fury, you can set fire to the village with a bazooka.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, the dialogue is, it cuts to your quest giver, and he's like, I need you to do this. And then the camera cuts back to Fury, and the background's just on fire, and she's like, what? She's, like, in the middle of strangling a dude, and she turns her head like, what'd you say? I missed it. I'm sorry, I was busy. I don't know if I'm really that interested in this game. It's mostly just because having to try and force my way through Darksiders 1 and Darksiders 2 for the podcast, I feel like influenced my how I enjoyed the game a lot. So because it felt more like I was working to get through Darksiders 1 and 2 and less like I was having fun, you know? So I mean, that has hurt my opinion of the Darksiders series a little bit. But I mean, if they bring in some big, nice changes, then I'd be interested. But right now, they're not really showing that. They're showing plot. Oh, and they brought back Mark Hamill. I mean, we don't know if they brought back Mark Hamill, but they brought back his character, so hey. They better fucking bring back Mark Hamill.
Yeah, it's weird why freaking Luke Skywalker is in Darksiders, but I guess it works.
Oh, man. That's always the question, isn't it? When you hear Mark Hamill, do you think Luke Skywalker or Joker, you know? And evidently, Addy thinks Luke Skywalker.
The good guy and the ultimate bad guy.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a joke about how you just set his character, and most people think of Luke Skywalker for him.
A lot of people think of Joker nowadays. Right. So
yeah, because nowadays you have to think that a lot more people have grown up on the Batman series than they have on the Star Wars movies.
Yeah. It would be harder for people to identify him over here just because, you know, dubbing exists.
Yeah.
So, unless he knows Hungarian.
Never doubt him. It's Mark Hamill. You never know. He's a big enough nerd. So, moving on to a bit of comic book news. And first is, I wanted to just talk with Pink about a few little things Marvel is showing off its new lineup. They're going to be doing 2 new super teams, One is going to be bringing back the Midnight Suns, and one is going to be a Cosmic Avengers lineup. So,
Oh, is that what that's supposed to be?
yeah, it's supposed to be Cosmic Avengers.
Oh, that looks terrible.
Yeah, even one of those characters has anything to do with Cosmic Marvel, and the others don't. Because this lineup for the Cosmic Avengers is Hulk, Ant-Man. I assume it's Scott Lang Ant-Man because Hank Pym is in the fucking Antarctica or something.
Ha.
Emma Frost, Kang the Conqueror, Miss Marvel, and Loki. And, like, this is like a hodgepodge of characters from different aspects of Marvel who don't fit together at all.
Yeah.
Because
How many teams is Miss Marvel on this at this point?
I
She's
think
right up there with Wolverine in terms of overpresence amongst the super teams.
Well, she's not on. She was on the New Avengers lineup a couple of years ago, but I think that team split up just about as soon as it started. And there's an alternate reality version of her that's on the Exiles. Old woman Kamala, which is supposed to be like a old war veteran Kamala, because I guess it's World War III in her universe. But I can't say that I know any team she's on other than this and the Exiles right now. And since Exiles is a different Kamala, I don't know.
I could swear that she's on the Champions and West Coast Avengers.
Did they bring back West Coast Avengers?
Yes, and it looks absolutely terrible. Because, like, every new super team they've been making or reviving has been a bunch of colorful teenage heroes. And, like, maybe one or two of the old guns.
Well,
How many freaking Avengers are there?
Addy, that's a bad question. Because we could go on for a fucking while.
Yep.
Like, West Coast Avengers without Hawkeye isn't West Coast Avengers, though. Like, that's the entire concept of the team.
No, it's Hawkeye, and I think they've probably got Spider-Gwen on it, or Gwenpool, one of those two. They might even have both.
They're different characters?
They are.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Spider-Gwen is from an alternate universe where Gwen became Spider-Man and Spider-Woman, I guess, and Peter died. And I think it was very much played in the exact same way, where it was Gwen's fault that Peter died, and so Gwen's always feeling guilty about Peter dying. And there's an alternate universe where Gwen Stacy is a real person named Gwenpool. Like, literally just Gwenpool. And she loves comics, and she gets sucked into the comics and becomes Gwenpool. It's actually a shockingly good comic, but it's fucking weird. And there are some fourth wall break moments that are pretty stupid.
So are the fourth wall breaks the only thing that connect her to Deadpool?
That and the overuse of guns for literally every problem.
I see.
Her whole thing is she thinks she's a hero, but at the same time she thinks it's a comic book, so no one's lives are valuable. She can just kill people indiscriminately because they're fictional characters. And it's played up.
So they would be me in VR.
Yeah.
I see.
So it's played up very much as a thing of Gwenpool's a humongous sociopath who doesn't know it. Because she just butchers people for no reason sometimes.
Right. I did a quick Google, and the West Coast Avengers lineup is the two Hawkeyes, Gwenpool, Quentin Quire, and some person that I don't know.
Well, I love Quentin Quire because he's the worst, so...
Some person that I don't know is my favorite superhero.
Yeah, mine too.
I'm sorry, what?
He said some person I don't know is my favorite superhero.
Oh,
And they've got that, what's her name? America Chavez.
America Chavez. Ew.
Yeah, that's a guarantee that we won't be reading the book.
Yeah. I like the two Hawkeyes, but, I mean, can they stop putting them together?
Yes, please. There are two. That's one for each coast. You can have one on the West Coast Avengers and the other on the East Coast Avengers.
Yeah, and not to mention that they're making it really confusing what differences they have in terms of capability. Like, in terms of personality, like... It's difficult to describe. I don't know.
It's made even more difficult because Hawkeye has undergone some pretty dramatic changes over the years.
Oh yeah, he killed Hulk. Except Hulk's back now, so who gives a fuck? I feel like Bruce came back and he was like, it's no biggie.
Yeah.
Like, look, Tony's got several marks on his armor and we let him get by. Hawkeye, you're still in good territory. You're... Tony Stark is just the team kill specialist. It's You remember that?
Tony Stark trains in Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, I was about to say, you remember that time Addy let off a fucking fuse charge and killed us all? That's Tony. That's what Tony does every day.
Remember when you told me to throw a grenade and it threaded on your shield?
Yeah. Yep, I remember that. I remember that pretty well. I also remember the time where I remember how not only did you do that, but you caused everyone to cluster on me to revive me, so someone just fucking threw out a nitro charge and got a complete team wipe.
Yep.
They got a
We have
quad.
that in recording.
They got a quad kill. Well, I love that even the rando that didn't know what was going on got killed too.
Yep.
Ah. But you know what I will say about this Cosmic Avengers lineup though?
What's up?
I am always glad to see Kang the Conqueror.
Yes.
So I mean, it's a terrible team lineup, and these are all people that should be on different teams. But I mean, these are all characters that I like, though, so it's weird. I know you're probably not a fan of Emma Frost, I imagine.
I hate Emma Frost so much.
I love Emma Frost because I hate her.
Not a fan of the Hulk. I have no real opinion on Miss Marvel because I stopped reading comics at the point that she really got her big run, or got started anyway. So, I'm basically fine with her outside the costume. I think it looks dumb, and I don't enjoy the obsession she supposedly had, like looking up to Miss Marvel as her basically childhood hero. I thought that was kind of dumb because Miss Marvel was never one of the big shots.
That legitimately, it ended as soon as she met Carol because she found out how awful of a person Carol actually is. Legitimately, as soon as Civil War II started, like Marvel straight up made one of their big posters to hype up Civil War II was a picture of Kamala tearing up a picture of Carol. Civil War II, the only time Tony was right.
A rarity in comics.
How many Civil Wars have there been?
There's only been 2 that have been called Civil War, but if we're including Avengers versus X-Men and X-Men versus Inhumans, and I want to say they also did Avengers versus Inhumans, and they also did X-Men War of the Atom or something like that.
We can also count X-Men versus Street Fighter.
X-Men
at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Shut up, Addy. So, the other big team Marvel revealed, that, or at least that I was able to notice, because with comic books it's kind of a mess trying to document it all the shit that's constantly changing all the time, is the new team. They're bringing back the Midnight Suns, which I'm very happy about, because I always dug the idea of Marvel having their supernatural super team of the Midnight Suns. I will say this lineup is a little bit weird, because we got the classic Midnight Suns. We got Doctor Strange. We got Doctor Strange, Blade, Ghost Rider, Daimon Hellstrom, and fucking vampire detective Hannibal King. And then Punisher and Moon Knight are there because I don't know. Like I say,
I looked
Punisher
back
is
at the
dark.
cover and realized I didn't even see Ghost Rider there the first time I looked at the cover.
It looks like Moon Knight's just carrying a flaming card or something, doesn't it? I will say I love Punisher. Everybody knows I fucking love Punisher. He's usually my avatar on internet accounts.
But he doesn't really serve a purpose in a group like the Midnight Suns. It's kind of odd.
No, I think that one of his recent comic book runs had him beat the shit out of Ghost Rider because he'd stolen he had a sword that was pretty much Dante's Sword Rebellion, and he used it to beat up Ghost Rider. So I guess that's the angle they're going for. Like Punisher can be the supernatural equivalent of Batman.
Punisher's next arc is finding out that he's the half demon son of Sparta.
Yeah, Punisher could probably load up his shotguns with salt rounds, so I can ignore what Addy just said. But Moon Knight's even more out of place. Like, the only thing Moon Knight has going for him is his fucking insanity. And you know what?
I think that can be played off well though, because there is always the question of, is he insane or is he really possessed by the spirit of Khonshu?
Yeah, as you were saying that, I was like, okay, yeah, there actually is a point. Because, like,
Yeah.
what if he beats up a ghost, and then it's a question of, okay, did Moon Knight get lucky, or did Khonshu actually empower him?
Yeah.
So there is that neat aspect. And Moon Knight looks fucking cool with his modern suit outfit, so hey. It looks better than his old Batman ripoff outfit. Now he's now he's a ripoff of the Question instead. Which is fine, because the Question pretty much doesn't exist in modern comics, so it's like he's filling a gap, I guess.
Right.
But poor Moon Knight. Moon Knight is always stuck in that poor slot of being a ripoff of somebody else at all times.
Right.
He was ripoff Batman, then he was ripoff Punisher for a little bit. Nowadays he's ripoff Question. And you remember that fucking arc where he decided to be a hero, so he formed mental personalities of Wolverine, Captain America, and Spider-Man?
Yeah, that I'm pretty sure Bendis wrote that one.
Yeah, that sounds like a Bendis, doesn't it?
Yep.
And so he just became a ripoff of those three. Yay. Like, he legitimately just ripped off Spider-Man's web shooters, I think. He just stole them.
Yep.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yep.
There's one more comic thing I want to bring up, but I didn't put it in the topic list because I wanted to surprise old Pink here. And I wanted to keep it as a picture here. But let me go ahead and it's a pleasant surprise, don't worry.
Let me scroll down.
So,
Scroll.
a couple months ago, it was big news because when Bendis came in and took over Superman, Bendis made the odd choice of bringing back Superman's trunks. And so now Batman has made the same change, so I guess DC is just going back to having trunks.
Hell yeah.
Like, that honestly looks like Frank Miller Batman. Like, full on. Like, I mean, Batman Year One Batman, you know?
Yeah.
When he was just a dude in a cloth suit. Which fits oddly, because this Batman is still very much ingrained in the Justice League. Like, is he gonna wear the armor bat suits when he's in Justice League and go with the cloth while he's in his own comics?
Yeah, I guess that all depends on how much communication the teams have had with each other on the writing side and the art side.
No, knowing
We're
modern
putting Batman
comic,
back in trunks now. Wait, what?
yeah, knowing modern comics, probably none.
Yep.
They're just stuff a trunk on top of the armored suit.
I mean, say what you will about Stan Lee and the Marvel method basically being Stan Lee taking the credit for other people's work. But Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko writing the books as well as drawing the art, it was consistent.
Yep.
They knew what they wanted, so they did it. And Stan Lee just gave them a vague idea of, I want this villain to be somebody that eats planets. Go. So, yeah, the return of Trunks. Whoa, yeah. Of all the weirdo I was not...
Also by Capsule Corp.
Yeah. I was not expecting this to be the big development of comics recently. The return. Yeah. So,
it's
sorry.
strangely exciting news. It's like, you wouldn't think a bunch of old people or old men, grown men, would be excited to hear about comic people wearing trunks on the outside of their costumes, but here we are.
I'm like neither here nor there on this, but I knew Pink would get hyped about it.
No more stupid dash lines.
Alright, and so the last bit of comic book news is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 production has been put on hold because of the whole thing of, James Gunn making a lot of very offensive tweets about rape and pedophilia.
Also because half the freaking crew was snapped away.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it hard to shoot a movie.
Thanos snapped the entire movie away.
Yeah, that's why there are the delays. We're missing a lot of the camera crew now. Our writer's gone.
Dude, could you imagine if the end credit sequence for Infinity War wasn't the plain white text on black background with no music? Imagine instead if it just brought up the Phase 4 schedule and half the movies disappeared.
That'd have been awesome.
Spider-Man Far From Home disappears. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 disappears. And then you'd be like, then you would take it seriously. Then you'd be like, Thanos, you motherfucker.
Bring back our movies, darn it.
That'd be funny, but someone would shank Kevin Feige on the street. This is for Spider-Man, bitch. So apparently, like, it's super serious because all of the crew have been dismissed and have been told go find other work. That's when you know shit is serious.
Yep, that's not good.
Because if production schedules are serious enough that they weren't gonna let Henry Cavill shave his mustache, that's how serious it is. So that's really disappointing news. And I mean, by all means, like, it sounds like Batista may very well just pull out of production altogether, which means that the snap will probably be permanent for Drax. Which will be kind of sad, because that means Drax will have been sent off in a rather lame way.
Yep.
But I mean, people were already saying that they think the snap is going to be permanent for a few people just because contract's coming to an end, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think
I don't know if it'll be the snap or just dying at the conclusion of Infinity War Part 2, which... Didn't they film both parts at the same time?
Yes, you're right. What was I thinking?
So, yeah. Yeah.
The snap is permanent, but all the people who aren't snapped away die.
That is legitimately how it's gonna go. I fucking guarantee you. Except for Black Widow. She'll live, and Thor will probably live. Because they've still got movies to make, but everyone else, fucking dead. Yeah. So that's depressing news for certain, but there's not much we can say about that other than how disappointing it is.
Yep.
So for the final...
The best we can do is be greedy and say we hope that it doesn't get delayed.
Yeah. I want my movies now! Be whiny babies like all fanboys were born to be.
Absolutely.
So, in a bit of news that pertains to what we've been doing in the past week, For Honor at Gamescom revealed that they will be adding an arcade mode alongside the Chinese expansion.
Which is 1 to 2 players only. Yay.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it was 4-player arcade mode, then it would just be repeated matches of eliminate. You might as well just play repeated matches of elimination. Annihilation sounds like it could also fit as a game mode in For Honor, honestly.
Annihilation is the freaking the Battle Royale mode. They're gonna add next week.
Oh man, three ways would suck in For Honor.
Yeah.
Because it's either going to be like Smash Bros, where the people will just sit off on the side and wait to finish off the winner, or it'll just be two teams beating on the other team, and then the two remaining teams finish each other off. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, as whatever the shit Smite did like two months ago.
Yeah, I didn't play that, but I heard it was a mess. At least from Soon.
Pink and I played it.
Oh,
we can talk about it. It happened. Yeah, we did. Remember when I was assessing Kuzenbo?
I didn't know what you're talking about. No, the Medusa death match.
Yeah, I think I was assessing Kuzenbo. Somebody was like actual warrior, like Guan Yu, and then no, it was Erlang Shen, and then Pink was Guan Yu, I think.
Yes.
Things like that.
Speaking of Guan Yu is going to be in For Honor, so hey.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen their hybrid character? Or is it going to be their hybrid or their tank? It's probably going to be their tank. Have you seen their tank character in For Honor, Pink?
I have not.
It's literally just Guan Yu.
1 second, I might be able to link a picture.
We can just say he looks identical to Guan Yu in Smite, because he looks identical to Guan Yu in Smite.
But yeah, that's just how Guan Yu looked.
Yeah.
Apparently.
But they're calling him Jiangju instead?
Jiang Jun, I think, or something like that.
Jiang Jun, yeah. I mean,
there's also the Tiandi, the Shaolin, and the Nuxia.
Yes.
Nuxia. Just
she nukes.
Every ability is the catapult.
Yeah. I'm not shelling out $40 for that shit, but it does look cool.
Well, I mean, we are getting the characters. You just need to freaking grind for them like I did.
But I want to grind for executions, though. Right.
You can have the goat and eat it too.
I guess. So
Right.
arcade mode, I'm sure, is well. It's nice for all of us because it's a new way to pick up levels and gear and shit, and it's gonna be real nice for Addy because Addy adamantly hates multiplayer.
I mean, I'd be fine with going against people now that I have the Aramusha and I can just spam the freaking infinite. And if that fails, then I know how to block now.
I picked up the Orochi one day and I was like, boy, is this not an Addy character at all. He's all about baiting people out and using counters. There is nothing stupid or cheesy about this character. Why did Addy play him?
Yeah.
There's actually a ton of stupid cheese, but you know.
Here's the characters once it'll actually send.
Oh boy, now I gotta make a timestamp. Thanks, Addy!
You're welcome.
Right, so yeah, we're looking at... For me, I'm pretty interested in... I'm not so interested in the Jongjun, but the other three look really interesting to me. At least because I want to see what Nushia does with those fucking cool-ass hook swords.
Yeah.
She's actually just Cabal. Female Cabal.
You know, it'd be an interesting mechanic. Like if her heavies pull in opponents closer.
Yeah.
If she should like balance heavies that bring them in closer and lights that are very fast and high damage but are very short range, that would be an interesting contrast.
Yeah. I wonder what the Shaolin will do. Then again, it would probably just be a hybrid character like the Wuxi.
Yeah, which of these is going to be the assassin? Is it going to be Nushia?
Yeah, I think it's the Nushia. Because the Jongjun seems like, or whatever, seems like the tank, the Tiangdi, the Tandi 1000 seems like freaking their warrior.
Vanguard?
That, yes. The Shaolin seems like their hybrid, and then the Nuxia seems like their assassin.
Alright, I'm not so big on assassins, but you know.
You play an assassin.
I do. But when you say assassin, I think Peacemaker, and so one of us has to play Peacemaker though whenever we record a video though.
Freaking, we'll make soon player.
Yeah, the guy who's gonna get in like literally an hour of playtime. Yeah, here, enjoy the assassin, one of the more awkward classes to play at first. You can't block at all. Good luck parrying everything.
What do you think? Why did I buy the freaking Aramusha? Because it's an assassin with an actual block.
He's not an assassin. He's a hybrid.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a hybrid. The DLC assassins are the shaman and the shinobi.
Shit, I remembered him saying that he's an assassin.
No, he's a hybrid. I think he's got a little bit of assassin, but I think he's also supposed to be part Vanguard, probably.
Ah, I see.
Also, is it just me or is it bullshit that fucking Orochi can't block with his katana, but Aramusha can block with two smaller katanas?
Well, the reason is that the Aramusha is always stressed out. The Orochi can get relaxed.
Oh. His anxiety gives him power.
Yeah. It also gives him healing.
So, it's good to hear about all that, which inevitably it's going to lead into what we've been doing in the past couple weeks. Before that, let's go ahead and say, what's going up on the channel. So I can say that firmly what's coming from my side is more forest. There's too much forest. Too much forest in the kitchen. You're gonna get forest, you're gonna get more forest, and you're gonna get even more fucking forest. I hope you like forest, because that's all you're fucking getting. You fucks.
We can summarize the channel right now as you can see the tree from the forest.
Oh yeah.
We can summarize the channel as Pink and Addy lost in the woods.
I'm not even in the series.
Not Addy, Alex.
Addy's so lost in the woods, he's not even commentating. He's like, what the fuck?
We need to freaking.
Maybe
he's the one we're looking for.
Yeah, Timmy. It's not Timmy, it's Addy. We need to save Addy. The red man took Addy.
Whenever you shoot the last session, I will need to come in for like the last 5 seconds and then just shout.
I'll just poorly edit Addy's icon over the kid's face when we save him.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's gonna be coming up. We're probably gonna be getting close to the end. Thank fucking God. After that, we're definitely aiming for a shorter playthrough, and it's a week or two away. The ending, definitely. And on Addy's end, what do you got coming out on the channel?
Dead Space.
Dead Space, more Dead Space, and even more Dead Space. If you don't like The Forest, you better fucking like Dead Space.
Yeah. I'd like to promise freaking Terraria, but school's coming up, so
Yeah, and also one of the sessions we recorded just fucking exploded. So
yeah. Well, you see, here's what happened with the session. With the session, I'm German now. The session, right?
this
So-
session.
So, I exported the Agato comes with a software that you need to download that records the stuff and so forth. So, I exported the video out of it. It took like a good 4 hours for this 3-hour video to get freaking exported. And I'm like, okay, I'll go and edit all of those episodes together, and then just cut them into pieces. And then, file corrupted. I'm like, okay, I'll check the freaking source, because if the source is good, then it might have just been a freaking exporting issue. I checked the source, and half the time, freaking all the time, the picture is just like, what did you say when we were recording that space? It was doing that freaking what's the movie called? The Tower.
Jacob's Ladder. It was
Jacob's Ladder. It was Jacob's Laddering.
Yeah, that's rough when that starts happening. Maybe we can publish it as a horror movie instead.
The thing is that we couldn't even publish it if we wanted, because there was no freaking video. Because from what I understand, how the Agato does its thing is that it records the videos. Well, it has the sound in a different thing, and it also has the video or something like that. I don't know. I'm not good with these things. But basically, from what I understand, it then compiles it into MP4s. And when I tried to compile it into MP4, it just didn't. So now we're left with no session 4, a session 3, and a session 5. So yeah.
Let's do a dramatic recreation of season 4. Series session 4. Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers. That's it.
Spoilers.
Kill the spoilers.
Was that? Please God, tell me that wasn't the episode where I did some mischief.
I think it was.
Oh no! Tell me it wasn't the one where I summoned the eye into the cave.
No, that wasn't. That's session 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
spoilers for session 3. Spoilers for episode 3, folks.
Yeah, the one that we lost was in fact the one where we had like 15 blood moons after each other, and then also the King's Time came, and then also Hell.
Right. Okay, so yeah, in summarization, spoilers. Oh look, a blood moon. Oh look, another blood moon. Oh Jesus Christ, it's raining fucking blood moons. Our house is just constantly under siege by zombies.
And also slimes.
And Addy became a ninja.
Ah, bloody hell.
Addy turned into Ninja Gaiden.
What do you mean?
He got the Ninja Gaiden hat from the King Slime, remember?
Oh right, yeah.
We
And now I'm just a weirdo with freaking ninja claws.
Yeah.
which to be honest was the freaking goal of my character, so works out.
And I'm Guile, and Pink is Beardo.
No, I am Beardo.
Oh, Pink, what are you?
I don't remember.
Normal man.
Pink is an Inuit.
Yeah. I'm glad that part got left in. We keep leaving in parts that make Pink look racist. Like, he's making jokes about Obama in one session, and the next session he's calling Inuits by the name you're not supposed to.
It literally said
It
bloody
does. The
Eskimo.
game does. It's not completely your fault. The game calls him that too, and it's like, what the fuck? I remember playing through, I want to say Rogue Dungeon? No. Rogue
Legacy?
Rogue Legacy, yes. And now they've changed it to coprolalia because that's the actual clinical term, but they used to have a trait for characters. It was Tourette's, and it caused any time they got attacked anytime they took damage, they started cursing rapidly.
Mm.
And they had to change it to coprolalia because Tourette's is not the actual term for that. Coprolalia is. Tourette's just refers to any kind of like any kind of like reflexive reaction like that, or coprolalia is like a version of Tourette's, but it's only for when you say things that are considered culturally
not good.
Yeah. which for most people is like when you say Tourette's, they think of that.
Yeah.
But I think like the actual statistic is that's only 20% of Tourette's cases is coprolalia. A lot of it is just people having like seizures or things like that. Anyways, that's enough of Alex talking psychology because he legitimately just started a psychology class at college. Oh my god. Oh, by the way, I also started a religion class and we got to talk about voodoo for a little bit. You remember how a couple podcasts ago we were like, man, does voodoo have any gods beside Baron Samedi?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got fucking hundreds of them.
Oh, so it's like the Egyptian religion.
Yeah, it's like any religion, really.
Well, no, literally 400 to 600 is the estimated amount of gods in the voodoo pantheon.
Oh, did they call in Baron Samedi to help explain this, or
Baron Samedi was the one we talked about the most? Yeah, and supposedly Baron Samedi, like despite representing death, also has a lot of sexual energy and has multiple phallic symbols.
I mean, shit, he rums people. He rums people. Of course he does.
And
if the Kippus roof is in the rum, probably.
Yeah, he also has an obsession with rum, bourbon, and smoking cigars. So, yeah. That's Baron Samedi, the god of death, fucking, and alcohol and tobacco.
What a swell guy.
Yeah, he's real good at party. He's real fun at parties.
He's basically a Hollywood actor.
Yeah, basically. And yeah, supposedly also the thing with voodoo is though it's a mix of like it's a mix of Roman Catholicism, but with the Yoruban religion of Africa because it was brought over by the slaves because slavery was a big thing in the Caribbean and all of America. And so like they can go with Baron Samedi or some of the brought over Yoruban gods, but if Hi-Rez wants to really go on the voodoo thing, they got to be careful whose toes they step on because they might several of the voodoo gods are actually just Roman Catholic saints. And of course, the voodoo also worship the one god of Christianity. So it'll be interesting if they do that. Just fucking bring
Jesus has joined the battle.
He's like
Jesus in Smite would be the best utility mage or whatever, the best support mage. They have nothing but healing moves.
Yeah.
Not even an attack. It just heals the enemy if it hits them.
Instead of an ult, he has like Kumbhakarna's passive on turbo, where he can never die. You just kill him and he comes right back.
But he comes back from with the animation from that fighting game.
Oh yeah, where he breaks off the pieces of the cross and uses them as clubs. So Pink, I think, is missing out there. There is a fighting game that came out like a year ago, Fight of Gods, and Jesus was one of the characters you could pick. And like his whole thing was like he had parries and counters and rekkas. And I guess his thing was his parry, he would do an animation where he like slaps his own cheek to indicate turn the other cheek or something. And if you hit him while he was doing it, you took a ton of damage.
Just instant death.
Lightning bolt.
No, you just touch him and you collapse.
He touches you and turns your blood into wine.
Yeah.
You just become purple. So that's enough sacrilege for today. So, Addy, what you done in the past week?
Right. So, well, we did play For Honor.
Oh yeah, we got super into For Honor, all three of us, because now it's free for Xbox Gold users and anyone, literally anyone on PC.
Right. I actually forgot to redeem that, but I will need to.
You might still be able to. I don't know for sure.
I'll check. But yeah, so I did that. What else did I freaking do? I played a couple of MMOs recently.
Oh, which ones?
I gave a chance to Terra and Skyforge
Why would you give a chance to Terra?
because I saw it in a magazine like literally 10 years ago, and I was like, that seems interesting.
I saw it 10 years ago. I saw it 10 years ago, and I saw a woman who legitimately just had like spikes over her nipples, and that was all the clothes she was wearing. And I was like, "Fuck that."
I'm sold.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't like Terra's gameplay.
it isn't it very very Korean or something.
I don't know. Skyforge, on the other hand, is an action RPG, which, seemed more up my alley. But then it's based on grinding, so I deleted both of them already.
Did it have like a ton of like sky ships?
I don't know. I never reached that point. One of the main gameplay mechanics is that you don't have a fixed class. You can switch between classes.
Oh, I feel like that's a game that Soon tried to show me, because there was a small time frame where Soon was really invested in trying MMOs and dragging me with him. And every one that we played, it was like Soon was immediately like, "No, fuck this." It's like that thing where you know a game is a certain way, but you don't want it to be that way, so you play it and you try to force yourself through it, and it's eventually just like, I can't. Like
Yeah.
Like, both of you hate grinding, so I have no idea why you would ever try any MMORPG ever. So,
Good question.
yeah, no fucking wonder. Yeah, Soon got me to spend $5 on Black Desert Online, and we started that, and it was immediately like, no, Soon, no. And you know what fucking Soon dragged me into Black Desert Online for?
Yeah.
Because there is a mechanic for managing businesses and clans and groups and things, and he just wanted me to be like the manager of his finances.
Oh.
And I was like, sure, I'll do that. Why the fuck not? It's like, okay, Soon has now got nothing to do with this game, which means I have nothing to do with this game. There goes my career. Yeah. There goes my career as Soon's manager in the world of Black Desert Online.
Yeah, thankfully, the only MMOs that I ever got shoved into were WoW, which, well, it's WoW, and Silk Road. Have you heard of Silk Road?
No.
Okay, I think it might be Chinese.
I was about to say, it's either Chinese or Korean.
I'm not sure.
Does Japan even touch MMOs?
There's one on PS4 called Onigiri that's overly Japanese, and it's an action RPG MMO. So I was like, I want to try this out, but it has waifus.
Oh, FF14. I forgot about FF14.
Right.
Which is still going strong somehow. No clue how.
Can you play as a chocobo?
No. You can definitely ride one, because it's not Final Fantasy without chocobos.
Okay, then it's not a good game.
Yeah.
If I can be a chocobo.
Dude, yet again, it's like, man, I wish you guys had good enough PCs to play Warhammer, because you can have regiments of 60 chocobo cavalry chocobo knights charging down.
But yeah, so I played those. I freaking went into PlanetSide 2 for 10 minutes.
Oh, that one I think will be a lot of fun if we do it together, but solo, that game, there's not much to it.
Yeah. I had more problems with not knowing what the hell am I doing, and less problems with being bored.
Dude, I remember when I first played that game, and you pick drop into the hottest location on the map, right? And it fucking drops you in a drop pod. You walk 5 inches out, and you're like, "Hey guys, what's going?" Oh, you just get shredded by fucking minigun fire.
No, that's not what happened to me. To me, I just spawned in at one of our bases, and I chose my class. I go out, I work for a good 5 minutes. I happen upon a battle, and none of the people in the battle seem to be enemies.
Oh, wait. Okay, were you just running around in the base?
No.
Because PlanetSide, base battles happen a lot, but there's also a lot of times where it turns in, the thing is about having a massively multiplayer first-person shooter is that it inevitably turns to real-life war tactics, and it turns into trench warfare a lot. There's a lot of times where you guys like battling over an open plain and setting up like miniature bases hiding under a cliff face or something.
Yeah, the thing was like, I knew for a fact that our base got attacked as well. This was a different time. Our base got attacked. It was even shown on the freaking map. So I like shoot at the people, and then like not even a minute later, there's no enemy, and it's like, what's going on?
When there's so many people, yeah, there's gonna be times where you're just wandering around. It's like, hey, you won, and you're like, what? I haven't seen anyone in the last 5 minutes. We won.
But yeah, so we might need to check it out if we can actually connect to each other, because even though I went through all the trouble to actually be able to connect to the US servers, I'm not sure if we can actually connect or not. So that's something that we need to check sometime.
Yeah. I think it could be a lot. That could be a lot of fun if we could properly get 3 people into a game. I will say there will be inevitable shit of like. Oh, what was I about to say? I forgot. But anyways, yeah, that's one game where I was
Flipping
like,
thunders on their heads.
yeah, that's gonna be one thing. But I was like, when I started playing that game, I was like, man, this game would be a lot of fun if I had people. But I don't have people. I had Soon, but Soon hated the game, so you know. But like that game's got crazy shit. Like if I could pilot a plane and you guys could both pick jetpack characters and we could do fucking paratroopers.
Or you can try, or you can freaking drive a plane and we can be maxes.
Yeah. Well, then you die of fall damage, but you know.
I don't know.
You'll squish whoever you land on.
I saw one video where it worked. The only way that both of the people died were when a plane smashed into them at first.
Yeah, yeah. That'll do it. That game actually has really fun flying controls. Whenever you actually get a plane, it's fun to go into dogfights around It's fun to go around into dogfights around bases and know that the people on the ground are looking up and going, "Holy shit!" That game is a lot of fun because it implements that military stuff so well, where you'll have genuinely player-generated stories, you know, of battles with tactical positions and what have you. And one of my all-time favorite online gaming memories is solidly a moment from PlanetSide 2 of like me and 10 other dudes trapped at a ridge being pounded down by artillery fire from a base, and eventually like getting the balls up to charge across a massive open field and watching everyone else get cut down by fire, including myself. Because we charged across an open field like idiots.
And then Saving Private Ryan starts rolling.
Yeah. Dude, that is actually super right, because there are some moments like that fucking D-Day scene in that game. Like, there's just bullets flying all around you and explosions and shit, and you're like, I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna start shooting whoever looks at me.
But yeah, so the people I know how. That's exaggeration. Well, the people I can consider playing are the Inflatrator, because of course, the Max, the freaking Combat Medic, and I think that's it.
I'm willing to play any of them, but I don't know. It's difficult to talk about a game before you actually start playing it. If we ever get it properly set up, once Pink gets PS4 and Addy can figure out his region locking issue, which, good fucking god, why is region locking still a thing? So yeah, what else did you do this week, Addy?
Friggin'. I don't actually know. I think I spent most of the week freaking grinding For Honor.
Yeah. So, do we want to talk about For Honor now, or do we want to talk about it whenever it gets to me or Pink's turn? Because we've all been playing it.
I think we can wait. One other thing that I've been doing, I guess this is something that I can say here, is not making a video just because I'm not sure I feel a bit burned out on writing reviews. So
yeah, I always feel a little bit bad for you that you're trying to juggle both the FOS channel and your independent channel. Honestly, like,
there's 3 of them. Is the thing.
Yeah, I know. Like, I've considered like throwing up stuff on my own channel, but I've never touched like LPs or something. I'd consider just having opinion pieces with game footage going on in the background, you know. Which I
Those
think,
are actually harder.
Yeah.
If you're not good with freaking improvising, which I'm not, then it's harder.
oh, I just write a script beforehand.
But yeah,
Uh,
it's the writing the script part. Like I've started freaking writing a review on Ratchet and Clank 2016 or whatever. I don't freaking remember. Started writing a review on The Force Unleashed. I started writing a review on. I don't even bloody remember. I know that I deleted the game since then, and I was like, I'll come back to this. Which good riddance at this point, I guess.
yeah.
But like I started writing reviews for like 5 different games. None of them I can actually continue, not because I don't like the games or something. It's just that words just don't come. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for my part, I don't know about writing any stuff either because I'm starting college right now, and you're about to start school, so, ugh. So, Pink, how does it feel being a free adult?
Feels lovely.
I mean, I'm an adult too, but I'm not free yet, so.
Yeah.
yeah. And then after my freaking school is done this year, I'm going to bloody college.
Okay. So yeah, college is interesting. It is either incredibly easier than high school or incredibly harder than high school, dependent entirely on which class it is.
I don't know, freaking social studies. No, I think that's actually a thing I will have to take.
Yeah, the core classes are the ones that are the humongous pains in the ass, at least in the American school system, which American college is all kinds of fucked up, so,
I wouldn't know. The only thing I know is the freaking like the overarching name of the thing that I need to take to be able to get the like paper that I need, which is just communication and media science. That can be anything.
That can be a lot of things, that's for sure. Alright, so is that about all you done this past week?
Yeah.
Alright, Pink, what'd you do this past week?
This past week, I watched SummerSlam.
Oh, right, wrestling, yeah, what happened? I heard Roman Reigns actually picked up a win for the first time in 15 years.
Yes.
They slammed Summer.
Yes, he slammed the Summer.
Oh, damn, did Summer Rae really deserve it?
He accomplished the feat that we've been trying to accomplish for like 30 years now.
Oh, man, I am super fucking ready for summer to end. This one's been a scorcher.
Yeah. I'm really stoked for Halloween.
Oh, man, this is going to be a good Halloween this year. Because
Not even September yet, but I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. I think this is going to be a great Halloween because I'm going to spend it playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nice.
But I'm always I'm always excited for the holidays. And
Absolutely.
And now that we aren't cramped into this little shit apartment, we'll be able to buy Halloween and Christmas decorations for the first time in years. So
nice.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
So
I should probably be dreading Halloween because I'm in charge of like candy and whatnot, but I enjoy it.
in charge of candy. All right. So the first thing is I'm gonna eat it all. That way it won't be a problem.
Yeah, whenever you just buy like one of those t-shirt guns, chuck it full of candy, and whenever trick-or-treaters come, just shoot it at them.
Like point blank in their faces.
No, like take 2 steps back and then.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I gotta take like a sniper position.
Yeah. put a freaking ACOG on it.
Yeah, they'll never know it hit them.
They'll go up to the front door and they'll knock and they'll just get a post-it note that says "Take cover." So what were the? It's more interesting to hear about how wrestling is shit. Let's hear about the low lights of SummerSlam.
Oh, the lowest light was I don't know how often you wander into other wrestling related threads on the forum, but everybody is talking about how they completely botched a Becky Lynch heel turn because they didn't do anything to sell the fact that she was turning heel.
Oh,
the story goes about a month back, maybe, I don't know, because I can't keep up with the weekly product, but a month back, Becky Lynch defeated Carmella, the current women's champion, or at the time she was, to win her number 1 contendership spot in the SummerSlam match, which right off the bat, it's already bad because
you shouldn't be the
number
champion.
1 contender shouldn't be wrestling the champion anyway.
Yeah,
champion shouldn't be wrestling.
Yeah. You beat the champion, therefore you are now eligible to beat the champion.
Yeah, stupid right off the bat. But a couple weeks go by, and then Charlotte also defeats champion and is added to that match. So this is a returning Charlotte, by the way, because she had to be out for a while because one of her like boobs exploded and she needed surgery or something.
That's her secret move.
That's not a joke. I'm pretty sure that was the actual reason, at least according to people on the forum.
Yeah, I remember it happened to Ashley Massaro 10 years ago as well.
Yes. Why you would put things in your chest when you're a wrestler is beyond me, but okay. Moving on.
That's why you hide the barbed wire.
That would be awesome. Like a wrestler that just has unrealistically large breasts, and then she just reaches inside them and pulls out weapons. You weren't expecting this.
Pulls out a 50-foot ladder.
Some tables as well.
Actually, just listens to the match as a TLC match.
Yeah.
By herself.
She's got a TLC match in her chest.
Yeah, she has to pull out the ring too, the entrance ramp.
The crowd.
Oh man, you know somebody in the crowd would be like, "No, I want to go back in." So that's stupid. What was up with the Becky Lynch-Charlotte match? What made it so awful that Becky Lynch was a heel?
So, we fast forward to SummerSlam. It's a triple threat: Charlotte, Carmella, Becky. Let's see. So the end of the match is basically, if I recall correctly, Becky has her armbar submission in the disarmer, and Charlotte hits her natural selection on Becky to pin her and become champion. So it's already a screwy finish. And after the end or the conclusion, as Charlotte is celebrating in the ring, that she goes and gives Becky the hugs and whatnot, because, you know, they've been friendly up to this point. But then Becky slaps Charlotte in the face, like, starts beating her up on the outside. I think she put her through a table, maybe? I don't recall completely. But the crowd is into it. They're happy to see Charlotte get her comeuppance.
Isn't Charlotte a heel?
Kind of stealing the moment. Because Charlotte has done nothing to be a sympathetic babyface in this angle as of yet. And already she's a natural born heel. She's always done her best work as a heel. So you're asking the audience to react in a way that they should naturally be reacting.
Yeah, I was about to say, has Charlotte ever been a face? Why would that be a bad thing?
Yeah. Like, Charlotte is basically never an actual face, though. She's either a heel or she's just there. And she's in that position again of just being there.
Yeah, I don't think WWE ever thinks anything through, but the thing here is you gotta keep, like, ever since the Attitude Era, that kind of action, like, back in the day, if you took heelish action towards a heel, then it would have been viewed as a heel action, even if it was towards a heel. Stone Cold Steve Austin changed things.
Right.
If you murder a heel's baby, then the fans will cheer you, because it was a heel's baby.
Right.
You can prove that the baby wasn't evil.
Stone Cold's just mudhole stomping the baby. Like, so having this thing of like, oh no, Becky Lynch brutalized Charlotte, it's like, but the audience thinks, oh well, Charlotte had it coming.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, it's like, what an asshole. Charlotte probably deserved it, but it was still a bad thing to do. Now it's like, yeah!
Yeah. Because they had done nothing up at this point still, to my knowledge, they've done nothing to really solidify Charlotte as a face.
Oh, you know what? It was probably, did she invoke her father's name?
I have no idea.
If she had mentioned her dad's name at any point, automatic face. Because that's how WWE handles things nowadays.
Yeah.
Fucking Jim Neidhart passed away, and they gave the memorial speech to fucking Ronda Rousey instead of Natalya. Fuck!
Yep. Ronda's
Jim Neidhart is dead?
Yeah!
Yeah, he passed away
Shit!
Yeah, it sucked. And they gave the fucking memorial speech to Ronda Rousey instead of Natalia, even though Natalia's his fucking daughter. Because WWE hates the Hart family, especially Natalia.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't prove that freaking Ronda Rousey wasn't Jim Neidhart's adoptive daughter, I guess.
I thought you were about
don't
to say
know.
secret lover. I was like, ooh.
That as well.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't let Natalia talk about her deceased dad, so instead they had her do a farting gimmick.
Yep.
Fuck.
Rousey needed another set of coattails to ride on.
Yeah.
One dead legend wasn't enough. They needed another.
Yeah. Soon it'll be Snuka. She'll be like, oh, you know, I knew Snuka's girlfriend. She was a piece of shit. Jimmy killed her for a reason. She had it coming.
Actually,
She had it coming.
She was a heel. She was a
she
heel.
stands. She goes up to the ring and says, "I did it. It was me all along."
Ah.
Eventually, she's just gonna come out to the ring wearing like all these articles of clothing that are related to like all the different deceased legends.
She's secretly killing the legends and collecting their souls.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's becoming stronger.
She'll wear Bam Bam's mask. Not Bam Bam's, Vader's mask.
Raiders.
No.
But
Yeah, the big
we
man.
thought Matt Hardy was Shang Tsung. It
And
turns
she's
out it was
Ermac.
actually Ronda Rousey.
She's Ermac.
Oh yeah, she's Ermac. Yeah. But who's Shao Kahn? To put her Vince McMahon is Shao Kahn then, or Triple H. Triple H is Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Triple H just stops in the middle of a match with, I don't know, fucking Sting or somebody to point at him and go, "You suck!"
Starts laughing. Gets beaten in his last match and explodes.
He throws a fucking hammer. He has the hammer! He has the hammer! He is Shao Kahn!
He is Shao Kahn.
What the fuck?
Oh, bloody hell.
And that makes Stephanie Sindel.
But who would be Kitana? One of their sons.
One of their daughters. No, they have daughters. They all have they have all daughters.
Right.
Shao
It's
Kahn
freaking-
didn't have any sons either. He only had daughters. He had Katana and Melina.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, bloody hell. turns out WWE was Mortal Kombat all along.
Who knew?
I really hope that freaking NetherRealm figures out a way to sponsor WrestleMania just so we can have Triple H coming out with full-on freaking Shao Kahn costume.
He already has.
I don't count the Terminator one.
Right, but even before then, he had like the King of Kings outfit where he did that.
Right.
Oh my god. The revelations here, man. So what else happened at SummerSlam, Pink?
Let's see. Yeah, Roman did slam the summer. He finally won the Universal Championship from Brock Lesnar.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Yep. It remains to be seen whether Brock has re-signed or not, but for now he's gone and we're all happy.
I don't know, Brock will come back and he'll kill Roman.
Yeah.
After the fans shit their pants and be like, we want Brock back. He has more than 2 moves? And none of them kill the other guy in the ring? Heresy. Fuck wrestling. Stupid. Alright, so what else happened on your week, Pink? Other than For Honor and SummerSlam.
Other than For Honor and SummerSlam, I want to say I watched something, but I have no idea what I watched. So I think I'm good.
Oh, you didn't go to the theater to watch Happy Time Murders?
Oh, wait a second. No, I did not.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Happy Feet Murders.
Happy Feet Murders.
I am glad I didn't.
Wasn't that just the first one?
Yeah. As opposed to the second one with John Cena.
Happy Feet had John
was in
Cena.
the second one?
Didn't it have like John Cena and Undertaker and Paige, and it was all like
No,
them as-
that's Surf's Up.
Oh
That's
yeah,
Surf's
that's
Up.
the other Penguin movie.
Oh, excuse me, I got my Penguin movies mixed up. I forgot the canon.
Yeah, I was a kid when freaking Surf's Up 1 and Happy Feet were a thing, so I actually know the difference. Which is Surf's Up is penguins on surfboards. That's it.
And Happy Feet is penguins that
On
dance.
dance floor. Yeah.
On the
Yes.
dance floor. They're doing the Yakuza
Actually, I
dance.
don't think the penguins actually danced because that was the whole plot. That only one penguin danced.
Yeah.
But they all dance to the end, right? Because that's always the Disney thing.
Yes.
No, all the penguins die in the end because global warming.
Oh,
Yeah. they just fall into the ocean and forget how to swim. It's really sad.
the ending is just like Happy Feet, we hate you, and they fall in the ocean, get eaten by seals.
But not the animal. It's just the Navy SEALs.
Yeah. What? No. Okay. Sure. Why not?
Why? I don't see why, but okay.
Ah. Right. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that a god awful Melissa McCarthy movie came out, and the other day we were channel flipping, and an ad came up for it, and it was literally just a puppet squid jerking off a puppet sheep, and the puppet sheep ejaculated string into the air.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Reading
Yeah.
the reviews for this movie, evidently it's a recurring thing that the puppets ejaculate string. So I guess there are multiple Muppet fucking sex scenes because they couldn't have
Wait,
one.
Which Sesame Street movie is this?
I guess for them, Muppet sex scenes were like Lay's chips. You can't have just one.
Oh man, this stuff is so hilarious. This will really drive in the crowds to the theaters.
And I'm
Which movie is this again?
It's a movie. It's a Melissa McCarthy movie about a Muppet murder, and it's basically just Muppets doing all kinds of inappropriate things. It's not the actual Muppets, thank God, but it's a parody of them.
Oh.
It would have been fucking wild if it was the real Muppets. Like, let me tell you.
Oh man.
I mean, do you know how much Furries would have paid for that Miss Piggy freaking gangbang scene?
Addie, you're making things more uncomfortable, and I didn't think it could get more uncomfortable after the squid jerking off the sheep. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't get dragged to that movie because my family actually loves Melissa McCarthy movies, and I'm glad I didn't get dragged to that shit.
You've been spared by the good Lord himself.
On some level, I have to be thankful that the squid jerking off the sheep thing had to appear because that probably is what convinced them not to go see it. But whew, thank God for squid jerking off sheep. All right, what is that? All you did this past week, Pink?
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to say.
Oh, all Pim did this week is interspecies bestiality.
With puppets.
Yes.
With puppets.
That way, it's legal. Still a bit frowned upon and cultural, though.
I should hope so.
It depends on who's holding the Muppets.
Really, Eddie? I don't know. I don't think it does. Oh no! Like who can bring together the squid and the sheep for their love in puppet form, and nobody's gonna look at them like, what the fuck? I'm curious, Addie. Give me an answer here. Don't just leave me hanging. Nothing? Okay.
Master Hand.
Oh, Master Hand. Oh, man. So you mean Waluigi?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so on my week, I'm continuing to work through all the character actions and games and beat 'em ups that I can. I started Bayonetta, and I was like, oh boy, this is a game that's going to have to take up 2 weeks, because there's a shit ton of content in this game. And this is probably the kind of game I'm going to want to play through twice. But it's really fucking good. I think we're going to have a lot of fun in the LP of it that we probably want to do at some point. Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud.
What are we doing in an LP of now?
That's right. Pretend I said nothing. So So I was pleasantly surprised by the variety of weapons and the movesets and all that, and there's some cool-ass cutscenes. Bayonetta is a fun character. She is overly sexualized to the point of hilarity. It is worth noting that, like, ordinarily I'm opposed to overly sexualized female characters. Bayonetta is so absurdly sexualized that she circles back around to not being sexual at all. Where it's like there is no sexual realm for Bayonetta because everything is the sexual realm. I think I actually heard a critic say that, like, Bayonetta is so sexy that she is no longer sexy. Okay. That makes an odd amount of sense. So, of course, Pink's gonna love it.
Oh, nice. I'm pretty sure I have, like, Bayonetta. Either one,
Yeah.
2, or both by a gold.
You have one with Game Pass. 2 is a Wii U exclusive game.
Yeah, Wii U exclusive. Well, now it's on Switch, so I'm gonna be able to play through it later. But
All right.
what I did want to say is Bayonetta reminds me of how good it is when you have a video game where the protagonist is an actual character. Where, God forbid, the protagonist is not just vanilla, bland white bread, you know?
Right.
So why are you telling me that you didn't like I Am Bread?
You know what? Actual bread is more interesting than most video game protagonists, so hey.
I hated I Am Bread.
Yeah, but the slice of bread was a hell of a lot more interesting than Alex Mercer, wasn't it?
Who the hell is Alex Mercer?
Exactly! So, yeah, and there's all kinds of fun, goofy cutscene shit that I don't really want to spoil you guys on. I will say Bayonetta is an asshole, so get ready for that. But yeah, it's got all the right mix of stuff that we want. It's got stupid shit for me. It's got fun character actions, gameplay for me. It's got stupid Japan bullshit for Addy, and it's got absurd sexuality and wrestling moves for Pink.
Perfect. I'm sold.
Yeah, that opening cutscene, man. So what else did I do? I played For Honor, but let's save that for the last topic because we're going to be talking about that quite a bit. Because, like, you know how we did the thing where we started playing Rainbow Six Siege and then we spent half a podcast talking about it, and then we played Smite and we spent half a podcast talking about it. Hey, guess what? It happened again, which is unfortunate because we're now at 2 hours, so this is going to be like a fucking 3-hour podcast. Wonderful. But hey, we need to do something with the time because we're actually waiting on somebody right now. But
You can just cut it into 20-minute pieces, like we do everything else now.
yeah,
Imagine that.
yeah, podcast episode 38, part 1 this week, part 2 next week, part 3 the following week.
No, upload it together. Just name it like part 1 of 100.
The Infinite Podcast.
Yeah.
It's our
You know,
answer, it's our answer to Avengers Infinity War. Shut Your Mouth Lounge Infinity Podcast.
Yeah. You know, I proposed renaming ourselves to the Infinity Podcast, but I'm sure that that's taken by now, so...
Oh, yeah, totally. There's no fucking way that didn't get snatched up. All right. So, did I watch any movies or TV shows this past week? I believe did I mention last week talking about watching Breaking Bad again?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck. Other than that, no, I haven't been doing a whole lot. I've been going back to college, so, you know, there's that. And that's all kinds of fun. No. So, yeah, I guess it's time for For Honor talk. So, Addy, you've been playing this game a long fucking time, longer than we have, because me and Pink literally...
time.
Yeah, me and Pink got introduced literally a week ago. You got introduced, what, 3 years ago? 4?
Before the game came out, technically.
Yeah.
So I've been playing For Honor since the closed beta. So
When was that?
yeah, let me check. I'll look it up 1 second.
I can look it up. You go ahead and keep talking. I do want to ask you though. You've only got your level thing says you've only repped twice. So, like, for how many years you've only been able to rep Orochi twice? Because I know you didn't rep anyone else, you fucker.
Yeah. So For Honor, the closed beta was in January 26th to 29th, in 2017.
Okay, it's a good thing you were able to look that up because
I think.
I tried to look it up on my phone over here and I accidentally typed for Hodor and so I didn't get the results I was looking for. So yeah, since when, Addy?
Since when what?
Since when is the beta? When did the beta start? Since when have you been playing?
According to that, it's January 20 something. I forgot already.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so about a year, but I'm not sure if the freaking whatever. I don't remember when the game was released, so yeah.
I definitely remember like around 2014, 2015 time seeing the trailers.
Actually, shit. I can look it up on my YouTube because I made a video about it.
Yeah.
Yay!
I remember seeing the trailers back in the day. You remember them as well, right, Pink? The early trailers
Right.
for it? Yeah, and the trailers looked incredible. And me and Soon were both like, yeah, let's get in on this shit. This shit's going to be the best. And then the instant it turned out it was going to have... They said they were going to have MOBA elements, which the game doesn't really. But they said they'd have MOBA elements, and that was before Soon got really into Smite. So Soon was like, fuck it, this game is dead to me.
Yeah, January 27, that was when I released the video. That would have been the last day of the open beta. So yeah, January of 2017.
All right, so a year and a half, roughly.
Well, yeah, but in that year and a half, I could play during the closed beta, the open beta, and that one time when they made it free for a weekend.
Oh, okay. You never actually bought the game?
Never had the money.
Oh, wow. Okay, that explains then why you've only got 2 reps. Which I should mention now, you guys weren't there for it, but I have now repped the Raider. So, Pink, you are now the only one with 0 reps.
I don't know how to feel.
I mean,
I feel in general.
admittedly, you're probably like just a day or so away from repping the Lawbringer, anyways. So you know. I will say that so far it doesn't feel that different. You get the extra loadout slots, which is nice. So now I can specifically have a laner raider and a non-laner raider. Say that 5 times fast. So that's nice.
For me, it doesn't matter because I just use the same configuration for everything.
Bombs.
Because I did. Yeah, when the character has it, that or airstrikes, but
Asshole.
that or traps.
Asshole.
Because the Orochi has traps. Well, one trap. The freaking Oramusha has airstrikes, and I play the only 2 knights that. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think the Peacekeeper has bombs, does she?
I do not know. I need to probably play Peacekeeper. I can't tell if I'm supposed to call her Peacemaker or Peacekeeper. But
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker,
Yeah.
okay. I feel like I need to play Peacemaker just because you guys aren't going to.
I can actually look it up, whether she's a keeper or whether she's a maker or a keeper.
It's Maker, I'm pretty sure. I played Peacemaker once or twice and I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, she's a very awkward playstyle. She seems to be all about using lights and the grapple shank. And the grapple shank seems pretty amusing though, so I do like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one move that I remember that I was like, I wish the Orochi had this.
Yeah. Well, the Orochi gets like the best counters in the game, which you're inevitably not going to use because you refuse to use any of the light buttons.
Yeah. It's not that I refuse. Well, it's important that I refuse to use it, and it's important that that my RB doesn't work 100% of the time. So, freaking whether if I even if I want to use a light attack, it's a freaking like 50% toss up on whether or not it'll actually happen.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, we've been putting me and Pink both got introduced to the game by Addy about a week ago. Like, is it almost to the day a week ago?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and
Or wait, I can check. Yeah, so it was free on the 16th. You downloaded it on the 17th. So yeah, a week ago.
Yeah, I remember Pink was like, all right, let's try this. And I was like, ugh, one of Addy's games. I don't know if I want to. Now, the instant I tried it, I was like, this game's fucking incredible. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm going to be investing a ton of time into this over the next coming weeks, which is
It's the
unfortunate because I need to be.
Peacekeeper.
Okay, it's Peacekeeper.
Yeah.
Peacemaker sounds cooler though.
Peacemaker would just be a gigantic heart, like machine heart.
Why?
Did they not call like freaking whatever whatchamacallits? Like heart, not heart
Pacemaker.
implant.
Pacemakers.
Yeah, pacemaker.
There's a difference, Eddie.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be investing a ton of time into this game, which is unfortunate because I'm supposed to be running through these character action games. But, you know, distraction is the best way to get your work done.
Oh yeah.
So, for my part, like, I think we've all solidly developed a certain set of mains. I like the Raider, I like the Berserker, and I want to look into picking up a character that isn't Norse. I'm liking the Debussy so far. And Pink is definitely a fan of the Conqueror and the Lawbringer.
Right.
Is there anyone else you've been playing a whole lot lately?
I play a lot of the Valkyrie, but I need to actually go in and figure out how to play her properly because I'm able to knock people down, but I don't know how to hit them when they're down. So there's an awkward moment of waiting for the opponent to stand back up so I can start hitting them again.
I think her heavies, it might just be her top heavy because that's what I've been using to capitalize on down people as Valkyrie, but I think Valkyrie's top heavy is amazing for hitting down people. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah.
For me, the issue with Valkyrie is more so just figuring out ways to combo into her sweep properly. Because I'm the worst at getting the throws to actually come out. I only ever put out throws when the other person is mid-attack. And you're throw invincible whenever you're attacking. So I keep just throwing out throws as counters and getting punished by people with heavies or lights, you know?
Yep, that's what happens to me a lot of the time as well. We'll like stand there for 2 minutes looking at each other, and I'm just waiting for the dude to make an attack so I can counter it. Then I'm like, okay, he's taking too long. I'm gonna go for a guard block thing, and then I hit it as he's attacking me. Like, oh, I screwed up.
I think the AI just seems to have a natural thing of whenever they're in close, that's when you act the most aggressive. So that makes it awkward as hell to do throws.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like about Yaramusha since I have been maining him since I got him. Is that how I said that he has that like defense stance that you need to try and time precise it to do his unblockable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also has an unblockable super kick. So I can just use that instead of, well, if I position myself and the enemy good, then I cannot just use it instead of guard breaking.
Yeah, but
sometimes
the issue with that versus throws is that throws you can put people to the side or put people behind you. The people that have shoulder blocks or super kicks like that, the guy needs to have his back facing the hazard.
Yeah.
And of course, I play the Raider, who has no such ability, but his throws are the best in the game. So for me, hazards are a 50-50 game of either I get punished like an idiot or I get a free one-hit kill. So, yeah, there's that. We're mostly sticking to Dominion. I mean, I like Elimination a lot. But, I mean, I think just about all the game modes in the game are fun. I will say, have any of you played the Capture the Flag mode with bots? All bots?
We played it together, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We did play it together, and you guys didn't like it. You would fucking hate it with bots.
No, I played it with bots.
The bots cannot fucking hold the flag to save their lives if they're on your team. The other team's bots, though, they are flag mongers like nothing else. So you just spend the entire team... I'd like to buy a consonant, please. Okay, so so you will spend the entire fucking game carrying your team.
Yeah, I introduced that mode to both of you as one of the worst ones, just because of that. Because I played it with bots first.
Yeah. The thing is, that game structure is not very conducive to Capture the Flag gameplay, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's awkward as hell trying to protect your teammates, because due to the lock-on system, they can just ignore you and slip right past you and punch your teammate in the ass. Also, the sprinting heavies that are supposed to be, your catch somebody who's running moves.
Yeah.
Like, is it just me or are they the most inconsistent thing in the world?
Yeah.
Because half the time they home like nobody's business, and you can catch somebody who's across the map. The other half the time you'll be right up somebody's ass and fire it off, and you'll miss by a mile.
Heh.
So it's probably better for some characters than for others, especially characters that have got longer reach. Like fucking Nobushi is probably impossible to run from because she's just poking you in the ass with her poison shit all the time. So I don't know. There's not much to say. I was expecting us to be talking like motor mouthing about For Honor here, but now both of you shut the fuck up for some reason.
I mean,
It's
I
like
don't know. I think, yeah.
the cosmic force that is here to prove me wrong has struck again. Addy, don't invoke what I think you want to invoke. Don't.
What?
Okay.
What are you talking?
We're safe.
I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about. So
Okay, let's move on. So yeah, there isn't actually as much to say here as I was expecting.
No.
Curse you.
I mean, I think it's a thing where it would be just easier to record it because, well, than talking about it, just because it's like, well, how you freaking define the game? It's like a fighting game, but then it's slightly a Muso, but it has lanes in one mode.
Yeah.
It is by far the strangest game that I've ever played to date.
Yeah, it fits into a weird structure where I'm like, oh man, these characters are all great from a fighting perspective. I have no idea where strategically they're supposed to fit into the Muso or MOBA perspective. Other than, like,
Right.
the characters that have the perk that lets them heal from hitting minions, I assume means they're supposed to be the mid laner.
Right.
But, like, only Warden starts off with it. Everybody else has to fucking unlock it. Which is weird. But,
Yeah.
I mean, for my purposes, like, handling fighting games so well in such a format, I think is incredible because it opens up a lot of possibilities in terms of, like, where fighting games can go. Because, I mean, I love fighting games, but they're probably the genre that's changed the least since the old days. You know, because, like, I mean, even platformers have introduced, like, Super Mario World, like, well, not World, Super Mario Galaxy kind of 3D platformer shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting games have not changed. I mean, Tekken is in 3D, but Tekken is also old as hell.
Right.
And Virtua Fighter is fucking even older. So, I mean, it's interesting to see actual innovation in the fighting game department, to see it handled like this. And I dig how they do a good job with with making every character very obviously have different focuses, and they have the little instruction videos that actually properly explain to you how to play every character. And it's like, oh man, would it fucking kill Capcom to ever be actually consumer friendly and implement this kind of stuff?
Yes, it would.
Yeah, because like I start up the Berserker video and it's all about, okay, the Berserker is all about you mixing up armored moves and unblockable moves for incredible pressure to try and keep your opponent constantly on the defensive so you can just pound them into dust. And it's like, man, I wish somebody would have told me about that for the, like, fucking Cammy or something, you know?
Ha.
So, yeah. Oh, I forgot something. Yeah. So, I've got one last thing to show you guys. And this will probably be what ties us up here. So, I'm going to throw down a timestamp. Behold.
Yes! Deus Vult!
Haha!
Freaking. I want this.
I love it.
Print it out and put it up as a poster on your wall.
I would if I had poster paper or printing ink.
Ah, that shit's expensive, man. You gotta be careful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Let's just end on that. Let's leave that as the image for the podcast for its last moments.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't get it, but
The podcast is cancelled. There won't be any more.
Yeah, it has to decline now, as we can see with Pink fucking eating his own words. Hamper to getting better than that. Oh shit.
Yep. We have to reboot this entire podcast now.
Ah,
Shut Your Mouth Lounge is dead. Something else has to arise.
the Deus Volt podcast.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
But we will have to argue between us saying that was Volt and freaking me saying Volt Death.
Yeah, because you are still the fucking weeb. We'll see you later. Oh,
Bye.
fuck off. We're ending the podcast now, Addy. Stop trying to drag this shit out. Later, folks.